know what it is, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for DraftKings and Fanduel. Alright? Now, before we get into the starting five, y'all know we got the breakdown with the previous slate starting five. Just to go review to see my thought process and see how it did and compare notes, man, so y'all can see I'm really playing what I'm putting out, alright? Now, yesterday, man, 4-game evening slate. Very solid slate for us, man. Tripled up on the buy-in. Y'all know on the small slates, I like to take my chances in the larger field GPPs. This is the $20 300K shoot around, man. We came in 235th place right here. As you can see, my best lineup pulled up. We put up 310. Alright. If you caught the updated starting five yesterday on Twitter, you'll know I went with Steph Curry, Shetty Eisen, Edmund Sumner, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Kevin Looney. Alright. Now, coming into the slate, it was so much value. I felt like it'd be a stars and scrubs slate, and for the most part, that's what people tried to do, but you didn't need a stars and scrub. You didn't need the stars to win. The best lineup didn't have any of the pay-up options in it, Giannis, Curry, or Westbrook. So you didn't need it to take it down last night, as none of the superstars gave you a slate-breaking performance. But just that thought process, I wanted to get two superstars, and how I got to the two I chose. The ownership looking like it was coming in heavy on Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook. So I knew right then Giannis was going to be one of my pay-up options. And then that just left me to decide between Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook. I figured between the two, Russell Westbrook would get the higher ownership just because of his triple-double threat. He's been playing lights out. So I felt like people would go to him over Steph. So that's why I went Steph and Giannis. That's how we got my top two plays, all right? Steph Curry came in at 44%. Just a solid performance. Right at 56 DK points. Nothing that explosive. We could have paid down to some other point guards and got closer and similar to that production and saved a ton of salary. But solid nonetheless. It helped us cash right here. We'll take it, but we was hoping for a bigger performance from him, especially in this game environment. Coming in at my shooting guard, Shetty Eisen. The flat man. We knew he was going to be chalky once they announced he was getting a start. I didn't care how much on he was. Almost a flat man, Shetty Eisen. We know it's a guy who does a variety of things for fantasy purposes. He rebounds a little bit. He looks to score a little bit. He's going to get up a shot. So I was okay with getting to him. A guy like this, especially in this matchup against the Washington Wizards, up-paced matchup where it should have been extra possessions for the Cavs offense. We felt like he could give us a solid performance, and we was correct, man. So were a lot of other people, as he came in at 47% ownership, but gave you 31 DK points, man. 10x, very solid. You definitely needed him in your lineup today if you were looking to take it down, all right? Edmund Sumner, just another guy, 3,800, another guy that was getting the start. Knew he should see 25 to 30 minutes. He's mainly he's an athletic scorer. He like to attack the rim. He shoots a little bit, but he like to get to the cup, things of that nature. So we liked him in this matchup against the Orlando Magic, especially the 3,800 price tag. Got him at 28% ownership. Gave us a very nice performance, right at 34 DK points, almost 10x for us as well. Very solid performance out of Edmund Sumner. We definitely take that. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Man, I wanted a bigger performance from him, especially in this matchup against the Hawks. Got him at 25% ownership. That is very solid on this 4-game slate for a player of Giannis's caliber. I thought he was going to bring it home for us, but the Hawks played the Bucks well here. They came away with the win. Giannis gave us right at 62 DK points. Solid, but like I said, on tonight's slate, you could have paid down and got similar production. You could have went to Jared Allen, somewhere like that, guys who put up big performances. You didn't really need to pay up options tonight. They helped if you had them in there and put the pieces together, but you didn't need them to take it down tonight. So 61 from Giannis was just okay at this 10-7 price tag. And at the center spot with the starting five, I wanted to go Kevin Looney. Just I knew I was going two superstars, so I wanted to take advantage of all the value that was out there. Kevin Looney, we knew he should see about 25 minutes. He's a big. It's a Sacramento game. We knew it was going to be a lot of shots, so a lot of rebound opportunities for him. He doesn't have much offensive game as he's just a rebound and putback guy. So we thought that would bode well for him in this matchup right here with the Kings, which should have been a lot of shots and things of that nature that allow him more rebound opportunities. But both teams shot pretty good from the field, especially the first half. They shot amazingly from the field. So that diluted some of his rebound opportunities, but he still came in okay at 3,700. Gave us right at 22 DK points. We'll take that out at 3,700. Needed a little more from him. Rounding out the lineup, went Darius Garland at my point guard, 7,200. He almost made the starting five instead of Steph, but like I said, I thought it was going to be a stars and scrub type night where you needed at least two of the superstars. It didn't work out like that, but I got Garland right here because I liked him as well yesterday. Right at 36% ownership, he gave you 47 DK points. Very solid performance from out of him. We knew he would be in line for a little more usage and a few more shots with no Sexton out there. So definitely like that performance from Garland. At my other center spot, I went with Jakar Sampson. I wanted to go right back to the well. I told you guys, a big man at the flat men, I'm always going to have some interest in, especially if he's involved in the game. He's not a big that goes stand in the corner or something like that. Jakar Sampson very involved, as you can see from his fouls again tonight. He picked up two quick ones again. I don't remember him being such a hack box, but it didn't hinder him too much. He came at 32% ownership. He got back out there and gave us right at 21 DK points, man. So 7x from him at 3K right here. Very solid performance out of him. We'll take that. And then my last piece right here, Harrison Barnes, the pick that sealed my fate. We had a sweat going. I thought we had a real chance at this 100K, man. Harrison Barnes at 7% ownership. I just wanted to go here because I was, like I said, it was in the big contest. I knew nobody wanted to pay up to Harrison Barnes at this 7,800 price tag. But this matchup against the Golden State Warriors, one of the highest totals on the game. We knew he could be in line for a big performance, especially with no De'Aaron Fox. Knew he could see some few higher usage, a few more shots. And he got out to a great start, man. Gave us like 28 fantasy points the first half. I was getting anxious. I just knew if he can just give me half of that the second half, we should be in line to have a chance to take this down. But he gave us nothing. 10 fantasy points the second half. Broke my heart. But like I said, we wanted to take this chance, man. It was the 100K contest. So many lineups. You had to get different. Like I said, I knew nobody was going here because of this price tag. That it's a little high on them. But like I said, I'll pay up to be different right here. Harrison Barnes at a guy who I thought had an improved chance at a bigger fantasy performance. So, but that was our lineup right here today. 310, 235th place in the 100K contest. Solid. We'll take it. It was a nice day for us. Like I said, we tripled up our buy-in, so that's always good, man. Hopefully y'all got the starting five over there and you played a little bit of it in your lineups, all right? Now let's go take a look at tomorrow, see what I'm liking, see what I got cooking for y'all, all right? Coming into Monday's slate, before we get into the breakdown, just be prepared for the news. It's going to be a wild slate tomorrow. A monster 11-game slate. It's going to be tons of news. Be prepared, man. You might put a guy in your lineup and he might get, ruled out after locking. There's nothing you could do. You just going to have to be ready, man. Hopefully you got more than one lineup tomorrow. Tomorrow is definitely a day for 4 or 5 lineups and not just one here and there, because there's going to be so much news, so many moving parts. You're going to have to be locked in. All right, now let's get into what I like. At the top, man, point guard, Tyrese Halliburton. They priced him up a little bit to 6,800. I have no problem going right back to him here in this matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. It's still he should see all the minutes he can handle at the point guard spot with no De'Aaron Fox. Gave you a very solid performance tonight. Put up 45, 46 DK points tonight. He has the ability to hit that again tomorrow going against the Dallas Mavericks, and that'll be a nice return, especially at this 6,800 price tag. I like getting to some Tyrese Halliburton tomorrow. Coming in at the shooting guard, a guy I want to take a look at, Mr. D'Angelo Russell, going against the Utah Jazz. run back of the matchup from the other day. And the reason why I want to look at him is not because one, because he did have a good performance last time out, but mainly because he saw 31 minutes. And if D'Angelo Russell is going to see 30-plus minutes, even though it's a tough matchup, this price tag is too low for D'Angelo Russell at 30-plus minutes. He's a streaky scorer, a guy who can really shoot. All it takes is for a couple of shots for him to go down, and he has no problem gunning right here. So if he's going to be in line for 30-plus minutes, I'm definitely going to have some interest at him at 6,400, regardless of the tough matchup against the Utah Jazz, as Minnesota doesn't have anybody to score outside of Karl Anthony Towns for real. Anthony Edwards, he can score if his shot is falling, but he's just a gunner as well. But D'Angelo Russell he's gonna do most of the ball handling, set up the offense and things of that nature. I definitely am gonna have some interest in him tomorrow at this 6,400 price tag. Now, coming in at small forward, this is where things get interesting. I want to look at Tim Hardaway Jr. in this Dallas, the other side of this Kings-Mavericks game. And I want to look at him pending news. We have Luka Doncic questionable, and Kristaps Porzingis questionable, and Maxi Kleber questionable. Maxi Kleber is from a big man, as you can see at the center spot. But the big news for him right here for Tim Hardaway is the Doncic and Porzingis news. If both of those guys are out, give me all the Tim Hardaway Jr. I will take the gunner at 4,300 in a pace-up game against the Sacramento Kings, who don't play great defense at all. Tim Hardaway should have the green light should be in the starting lineup. And if he sees one or two go in, man, you know he has no problem shooting the rock. It's gonna rely on him having a good shooting performance, a good scoring performance, because he doesn't do much in the way of peripherals. But I'll take a chance on a guy who's gonna gun in an up-paced matchup like this. All right, definitely gonna have some interest in Tim Hardaway Jr. tomorrow if Doncic and Porzingis is out. All right. Coming in at the power forward, want to look at Marcus Morris Sr. for the Clippers. The Clippers have a nice fantasy matchup right here. Up-paced game going against the New Orleans Pelicans. No Kawhi Leonard. Morris should be in for 30-plus minutes. He's a very solid contributor. He's been playing very well with no Kawhi. At 5,900, I think this is a very solid price tag on him. I like getting to him in this matchup against the Pelicans. And coming in at the center spot, man, Mr. Dwight Powell. Like I said, this is another spot that's going to be pending that news. If Porzingis is out, especially if Kleber is out, Powell should be locked in. He should see 30-plus minutes if both of those guys are out. He saw 28 minutes last time out. But if those guys are out, they should lock him in. He should be locked in for 30-plus minutes. You could see some Boban, who you never know what they're going to do with that, but I don't really see them putting Boban in this matchup against the Sacramento Kings, as the Kings will be starting Richaun Holmes on the other side, and you know Richaun Holmes like to run the court, get up and down, so that'll be probably, in my opinion, that'll be a bad look to start Boban, so I don't see him going Boban. That's why I'm going to like Dwight Powell right here in this matchup at 3,800, man. He's going to be my favorite value play tomorrow. Both of those guys are out, all right? There you have it, my starting five for the moment right now on DraftKings. Tyrese Halliburton, D'Angelo Russell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Marcus Morris Sr., and Dwight Powell, all right? Now, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I forgot to mention it earlier, man. Turn the notification bell on so you can be here rocking with me every day when the video drops, all right? Go follow on Twitter so you can get the updated starting five about 30 minutes before lock. Now, let's go take a look at Fanduel and see what I'm liking over there. Fanduel at the top, a guy I want to take a look at is Theo Maledon. 4,700 going against the Philadelphia 76ers. I like this price tag on him. He's the point guard over here. The second reason I like him, there's going to be no Lou Dort tomorrow. That's going to free up more uses and more shots for guys like Maledon and Poku. All those guys going to come into play tomorrow with no Dort. I want to go to the main ball handler right here, the guy who's going to be responsible for setting up the offense. I love this price tag on him. Philly's a solid team. They've been playing solid defense as of late, but this price tag is just too low for the minutes and uses I'm expecting Theo Maledon to see. So I'm liking getting him over here on FanDuel at this 4,700 price tag. Coming in as shooting guard, staying with Mr. Tyrese Halliburton, 6,100, $700 discount from DraftKings, starting point guard. Getting all the usage he'll be able to handle, setting up the offense, assist opportunities, everything's going to fall onto Mr. Halliburton's plate, and he's a very solid rookie, man. He plays with the poise of a vet. He doesn't get rushed. He takes his time. He gets them in the sets they need to be in. I like Tyrese Halliburton, man. He's going to be a very solid pro, and I'm definitely going to take a look at him tomorrow in this matchup against the Mavericks for this 6,100. Coming in at small forward, want to look at Dorian Finney-Smith, 5,500, man. Look, guys, if Porzingis and Luka Doncic is out, all of the Mavericks are in play tomorrow. All of them, across the board. That's so much usage and so many shot attempts freed up for the rest of the team. A lot of them got good prices on them because of that they haven't adjusted for the news of Doncic and Porzingis being out if they're out. So all of the Mavericks are going to be in play. You just pick your favorite ones you like and play them. They're going to be highly important. You're probably going to need some of those guys tomorrow because they have a great matchup against the Sacramento Kings. So I want to look at Dorian Finney-Smith, 5,500, a guy who I know is going to be locked in for 35, maybe more minutes, depending on how many bodies they got. He does a little bit of everything. He's mainly a defensive guy, but he's a few assists here, a few rebounds here. If he can find some scoring, he can give you a ceiling-type performance at this 5,500 price tag. So I'm definitely going to have some interest in Mr. Finney-Smith if those lead Mavericks guys are out tomorrow. Coming in at power forward, staying with Marcus Morris Sr., 6,100 over here. Just love the matchup. Love what he's been doing as of late with no Kawhi. He's really like the second option. Him and Reggie Jackson, they like 2A and 2B behind Paul George. So I'm definitely going to like getting to him in his up-pace matchup against the Pelicans. And then rounding out at center, man, the criminal price tag right here, Jared Allen. Want to go right back to the well, man. We had him in some spots tonight. He worked out for us. If he gave you a monster performance against the Washington Wizards. This is no chase over here tomorrow. You're talking about a center who gets blocks, who's going to see 30-plus minutes. He's a double threat whenever he steps on the court. And you getting that guy at a 5,700 price tag, especially over here on Fanduel when blocks are worth 3 points, man. I'm loving Jared Allen. Love this play, love this price tag right here. Get you some Jared Allen tomorrow on Fanduel, all right? That's going to do it for my starting five on FanDuel. We got Theo Maledon, Tyrese Halliburton, Dorian Finney-Smith, Marcus Morris Sr., and Jared Allen, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know I'm going to have them in mind. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Y'all know the motto, man. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.